Dear listener, today I speak to you not only as a doctor with over 40 years of experience, but as someone who deeply cares about the aging brain and the golden years of life. I have seen many older patients live long and joyful lives simply because they took one step. They became careful about the medicines they used. Now, I want to share something very important with you. Something that could protect your memory, something that may stop the silent damage happening in your brain right now. Yes, I am talking about three common pills that many seniors take. Pills that can slowly hurt your brain without you even knowing. So please listen carefully. This information could change the rest of your life. You see, as we grow older, our body and brain become more sensitive. What worked for us in our 40s or 50s may now cause harm in our 60s, 70s, or beyond. Our liver clears drugs more slowly. Our kidneys work harder. But most of all, our brain becomes delicate. Every pill you take must now be chosen with great care. And yet, some pills are given too easily. Some are even bought over the counter, without a second thought. These medicines may seem helpful in the short term. They may reduce pain or help with sleep, but silently, they may be slowing your thinking, damaging memory, and changing your brain's chemistry. Let me tell you what I have seen in my clinic. Many older adults come in saying, "Doctor, I forget things. I feel cloudy. I can't think clearly." Sometimes they worry that it's early dementia, but when I look at their medication list, I often find the real cause hiding there. Pills that affect the brain's communication system. These are pills that block a natural chemical in your brain called acetylcholine. This chemical is important for memory and alertness. If it is blocked, your brain cannot work well, and the damage can be slow. You might not notice it for months, but then, one day, you suddenly feel lost in your own home or forget your grandchild's name. That's how silent this damage can be. The first pill I want to warn you about is a group of medicines called anticholinergics. This is a large family of drugs. They are used for many problems: bladder leaks, sleep troubles, even allergies. One common name you may have heard is diphenhydramine. It is sold under names like Benadryl. Many people take it for sleep. It's cheap and easy to find. But it is also one of the strongest brain-blocking drugs in this category. Studies have shown that people who take this drug regularly are more likely to develop memory problems. In fact, some studies show that long-term use can raise your risk of Alzheimer's disease. Now, imagine this. You are taking a pill to sleep better, but slowly, night by night, it is making your brain foggy. Your dreams may become strange. You may wake up confused. You may not remember what day it is. I have seen patients who were misdiagnosed with dementia, but when we stopped this pill, their memory came back. It is that powerful, and yet it is sold in almost every pharmacy. Please, if you are taking this, talk to your doctor. There are safer ways to help you sleep. The second pill that seniors must be very careful about is certain medications used for anxiety and sleep. These are drugs like diazepam, lorazepam, and alprazolam, commonly known as Valium, Ativan, and Xanax. Many older adults were given these years ago for anxiety or trouble sleeping. At first, they may feel calming. They may make you sleepy. But these drugs do not help the brain in the long run. In fact, they do the opposite. They slow down the brain's activity. They make you drowsy during the day. They increase your risk of falls. And worse, they affect your short-term memory. I have seen seniors who could not remember what they had for breakfast or who forgot where they parked their car. I have seen them become dependent on these pills, needing them just to feel normal. And if they miss a dose, they feel shaky or anxious. That's because these drugs change the brain's balance. Over time, they make the brain weaker. They may even raise your risk of confusion, hospital visits, and long-term memory loss. These pills should never be used long-term in older adults. There are newer, safer options now. Treatments that protect your brain rather than harm it. The third type of pill I want to speak about is antipsychotic medication. These are strong medicines used to calm severe behavior, like in cases of advanced dementia or mental illness. But sadly, they are sometimes used too quickly in seniors who simply feel upset, restless, or confused. Drugs like haloperidol, risperidone, or olanzapine are given to quiet an older adult. But the brain of an older person does not tolerate these well. These drugs can cause drowsiness, muscle stiffness, and sudden confusion. They can also increase the risk of stroke and death in seniors with dementia. I remember one patient, a kind man in his late 70s, who became restless after a hospital stay. He was given a small dose of an antipsychotic to calm him down. Within 2 days, he became like a different person. He could not speak well. He could not walk steadily. His family was heartbroken. When we stopped the medicine, it took weeks for him to come back to himself. That is the silent risk. These pills change the way brain cells talk to each other. They are not gentle. They are not safe for regular use unless absolutely necessary. And even then, they must be used for short periods, under close watch. Now you may ask, Doctor, why are these pills still given? That is a fair question. Sometimes doctors want quick results. Sometimes they are not trained in geriatric care, or they may not know about the safer options for seniors. But as someone who has worked with thousands of older adults, I want to tell you this. You must be your own health protector. You must ask questions. You must check every pill. Ask, is this safe for my age? Is there a safer choice? Never accept a prescription blindly. You deserve better. Let me also be clear. Not all medicines are bad. Many pills can save lives. Blood pressure pills, diabetes medicines, heart medications, they are important. But the 3 types I mentioned, anticholinergics, benzodiazepines, and antipsychotics, are different. They must be used with great caution in seniors. If you are taking any of these, do not stop suddenly. That can be dangerous. Instead, speak to your doctor. Review your list. Explore safer alternatives. There are natural ways to sleep better. There are non-drug methods to calm anxiety. There are therapies to reduce confusion. Remember, your brain is your greatest treasure. It holds your memories, your wisdom, your joy. Every time you protect it, you are protecting everything that matters. Your stories, your family, your independence. Do not let silent pills steal your clarity. I tell my patients, you can live long and think sharp, but only if you choose wisely. Even small changes can make a big difference. You may feel clearer. You may sleep better. You may walk with more confidence. The fog in your head may begin to lift. I have seen this happen again and again. When the wrong pill is stopped, the brain begins to heal. Slowly, but surely, the light returns. Please tell your loved ones. Many seniors are suffering in silence. Many are told it's just aging. But it's not always true. Sometimes it's the pill. Let us not accept confusion as normal. Let us challenge every medicine. Let us aim for clear minds and strong bodies, even at 80 or 90. Let's go deeper into the first type of harmful pill I mentioned, anticholinergic drugs. These are not only found in sleep aids like diphenhydramine, they are also in medications for overactive bladder, such as oxybutynin and tolterodine. If you have ever complained about leaking urine, you may have been given one of these. But here is what most people don't realize. These bladder pills work by blocking nerve signals, and the brain is full of nerves. That means these pills don't just work in the bladder, they also affect the brain. They can cause confusion, dry mouth, blurry vision, and forgetfulness. And they often do it slowly, over months, so it's hard to notice at first. I always ask my patients this: would you trade your clear mind just to go to the bathroom a little less? Most say no. There are better options. Newer drugs for the bladder have fewer brain effects. And sometimes, simple lifestyle changes, like pelvic exercises, fluid timing, and diet, can work wonders. Never let a small symptom steal your brain's future. There is always another way. Now, let me tell you a story about the second type, the benzodiazepines. I had a patient named Helen, a lovely woman in her early 80s. She was sharp, funny, and full of stories. But she had trouble sleeping, so years ago, a doctor gave her lorazepam. It helped her sleep, but over time, she noticed her thoughts were slower. She forgot names, lost her words. Her children thought it was Alzheimer's, but it wasn't. It was the pill. We worked carefully with her to reduce the dose. Slowly, over months, we replaced it with safer sleep habits, like evening walks, soft music, and warm milk. And her mind came back. Not perfectly, but clearly. She became herself again. These drugs may look small, just one tiny tablet, but they carry a heavy price. They increase the risk of falls, car accidents, and even broken bones. They do not create real sleep. They just sedate the brain. True rest must come naturally, not through force. And in seniors, deep rest is possible, but we must unlearn old habits. That includes letting go of these pills. Your sleep may take time to heal, but it will if you treat your brain gently. As for antipsychotic drugs, I must be even more serious here. These should only be used in cases where someone is in danger, harming themselves or others. They should never be used just to make an older person quiet or easier to care for. That is not kindness. That is harm. I have walked into nursing homes where patients sit in silence, staring at walls, not because of age, but because they are over-medicated. It is a silent tragedy, and we must stop it. There are better ways to handle confusion or aggression. Sometimes a person is simply in pain or constipated or lonely, and no one noticed. The solution is not a pill. It is attention, a warm voice, gentle care, a daily routine, music, familiar faces. These can heal far more than any drug ever will. We must see the whole person, not just the symptom. Also, I want to talk about how these pills affect not just the brain, but the whole body. When the brain slows down, the body slows too. You may walk less, you may eat less, your mood may fall. These pills do not only touch the mind, they touch everything. They weaken muscles, raise the risk of pneumonia, and even shorten life. Yet they are still used widely. That is why education is power. That is why you are listening. Because now you will know better. And you will protect yourself and your loved ones. Here is what I recommend to every senior who comes to me with memory problems. Bring all your pills to the clinic. Not just the ones you were prescribed, but also the ones from the pharmacy, the ones from friends, and even the ones you forgot in your drawer. We lay them all out and go through them, one by one. We ask, is this necessary? Is there a safer alternative? Is the dose too high for your age? Often, we remove just one or two, and the change is remarkable. The fog begins to clear. The light comes back in the eyes. Please understand, your doctor may not know the full list of dangers unless you ask. Many are trained in general medicine, not senior-specific care. You must be your own best advocate. You must say, "Doctor, is this pill safe for my brain?" That question alone can save your mind. I also want to talk to the caregivers, the sons, daughters, spouses, and friends who take care of the elderly. You play a great role in this journey. Watch closely. If you notice changes in memory, in walking, in mood, look at the medicines. Keep a journal. Ask questions. Challenge anything that doesn't feel right. You are the guardian of someone's life story, and stories are precious. Let's protect them together. There are also natural ways to support the brain. Simple, powerful things, like walking 20 minutes a day, eating leafy greens, drinking water, and having real conversations. These actions feed the brain. Music, reading, puzzles, they all keep the mind sharp. But these good habits only work well if the harmful pills are removed. You cannot plant seeds in poisoned soil. So clean the soil first. Then, growth will come. Finally, I want to leave you with a message from my heart. You are not too old to change. You are not too far gone to heal. The brain is full of surprises. It can recover from great damage if given the chance. Even in your 70s, 80s, or 90s, the brain can form new connections, but you must give it the space to breathe. The first step is to stop the pills that hurt it. You have time, you have power, you have knowledge now. Use it wisely, ask questions, choose safety, and remember, the goal is not just to live long, but to live well, with your mind clear, your heart full, and your stories intact. If this message has touched your heart, please share it. Many seniors are suffering in silence. One conversation can save a life. You are not alone. You have a voice. Use it. Let your brain stay bright. Let your mind stay strong. Let your years be full of peace, not pills.